Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam amma ba'da. Habibti fillah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Du'ahu ibadah," that supplication is worship. And so I begin to reflect on this hadith and other hadith which are of the prophetic dua and supplications to Allah Azza wa Jal. And for example, the dua that we discussed and explained prior to this, Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk wa hubba li kulli amalin ballaghani hubbak. O Allah, Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak, I ask for your love. You know, you want to be loved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah loves you, it doesn't matter what the creation. لو اجتمعوا أن ينفعك بشيء لم ينفعك إلا بشيء قد كتب الله تعالى لك. That if the ummah, if the nations gather together to benefit you, they can't benefit you except for what Allah has written for you, and likewise harm. So if you gain the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you have the best of love and the best of protection. So in that supplication, Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbuk wa hubbu man yuhibbuk, and loving those, and the love I'm asking, you know, you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to love those who He loves. And as'aluka hubbuk wa hubbu man yuhibbuk. So loving to actually have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase the love in your heart for His awliya, for those people He loves. And if we reflect there on that here you're supplicating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we know dua is ibadah, and we know that we're not making dua without it being bi'idhnillah answered and heard. It's not just for remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, although there's dhikr in there as well. But the dua, it is ibadah, and we are asking your Lord for this, something which is great and azim and is easy for your Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here you're putting your trust, you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not to make you love someone because of their hizbiyah or some other worldly affair, but you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put in your heart to love those whom He loves. And you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually for guidance and for Him to make it easy for you to do worship of Him. Because Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbuk wa hubba man yuhibbuk wa hubba li kulli amalin ballaghani hubbuk. And make it so that I love all the deeds which cause me to gain your love, or cause me to those deeds in which you love. Make it easy for me. Make it so that I love doing obedience to you. So by asking and putting your trust in Allah with this, you can go no wrong. These are the general ways you're seeking guidance to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to love those whom He loves. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves someone, then no one, or even if the people gather together to humiliate them and belittle them and try to destroy their integrity, it's only if Allah allows that to happen. And perhaps they'll be tested and then they'll be raised up again. And so I say this because I was reflecting on the way, and this is not a tazkiyah for the brother, or I won't even mention his name, but one of the du'at that is doing a lot of good works. And it seems to me he has a lot of iqbal with the people. The people love him. There's a lot of people who love him. And I love him for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know him, and I know him for khair and sunnah. And the mashayikh, a lot of mashayikh love him. But there's also a party of people who hate him and who speak about him, make videos about him, and do anything to belittle and assassinate his character. So I was thinking about that. And then it made me think about, you know, here we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance and to love those whom He loves. So perhaps Allah is answering our dua that we love this individual, but we don't know. This is umur al-ghaybiyya, because we see that a lot of people love people who we believe are from mubtadi'een as well. People who clearly oppose, when we look at Hamza Yusuf, we look at Nu'man, we look at other people who are very popular. When they speak, thousands, perhaps millions of people listen. So perhaps, the ultimate shahid is that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves someone, then it doesn't matter what the creation thinks. And we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I say ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easier to worship Him and make Him inclined towards loving those whom He loves. And may Allah bless us to be of those whom He loves, because that's it ultimately. We love our families, we want our families to love us. But people leave you for affairs in the dunya. People will like you one minute and destroy you the next. But if you have the protection of Allah, there is no protection other than that. And we ask Allah the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil and love us. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.